Alright guys, hot tub cold plunge update. She works great. I burnt the heating element up, and me and a buddy came up with the best way to build a longer lasting heating element. But I fell in love with the hot tub so much that I bought a separate tank and buried it so it's insulated down in the ground. My cold plunge. So now I can do the thermal cycling, so I can do cold, hot, cold, hot. So what I'm doing here is making a better version of my heating one that I had bought on Amazon. It was a nice one, really good digital readout. Burn up after a month, because I probably ain't made the run for that long, but it worked great and I love the hot tub. So now what I've done was found a 110 volt, 1500 watts, exactly the same as my heating wand was, except hot water heater is made to stay hot, so it's made to run all the time like that. And now I put me a ground on here, welded me a nut to it so that I'll put my ground wire on there when I plug. This screws right into the 150 gallon tank. This is 1.25 inches by 1 inch insert. So the thread right in there, silicone it to be safe either way. And then what I'm gonna do is silicone this up once I get it all in position. But on the inside of my pipe in my tank is threaded all the way through. So I'm gonna get me another 1 inch, 1.25 to sleeve over my heating element so it don't burn you. But this should be, for longevity, this should be the better option. Just buy you a $15 heating element and buy you a digital readout. All right guys, so inside the tank, if you look at the 150 gallon tank on the outside, it looks like a cap on the outside. Well, it screws off and it's threaded on the inside. Well, I didn't have a cap, so I just improvised. I built that. I'm gonna put thread tape on this. And what's gonna happen is I'm gonna screw this in from the inside of my tank. So then when I pull that cap, I won't lose no water. And then what it's also gonna do is when I go to screw this in from the outside, it's gonna protect my heating element from touching my leg. So, and then it's an 1.5 inch socket that fits that heating element. So when I pull that tank, I'll both put a socket on it and screw that in there and get it good and tight. And then this is actually about that far from the edge. So I was all worried about putting silicone on this, but I don't think I'm gonna need it, because once I screw it in and wire it up, I'll both put insulation in it, put my access panel back on. So see, I'm kicked back in there far enough after I attach my wires. I can stuff some insulation in here, notch a little hole in my board, and should be good to go. Blessed be the name of the Lord. I wound up having to drain the tank because I had my pipe sleeved over like I was going to, and the problem was it was like trying to cross thread on me. I don't know if it was the pipe on there. So the angle of the heating element was coming in and hitting my pipe. This pipe here. See, that's the cap that goes on the outside of the tank. Just turned it on. She's heating, baby. Now I gotta turn her back. Update this morning. When I was making the video, I wanted to test it overnight, and she's 104, running good. So praise God, it works. I believe this will be the best bet.